me and you, we go at it for 10 minutes and there's no submission, right? So the ref will flip a coin and someone picks heads or tails. Let's say you win and you decide, you get the decision whether to be on offense or defense first, and you get to choose. If you choose offense, a lot of people choose offense, some people choose defense first, and there's pros and cons to both of them, and I'll explain that. But just to make things simple, most people choose offense, so you won the coin toss against me, so you get an opportunity at my back, just like this. You won the coin toss, you chose the back, you put a seatbelt on, and the grip has to be right into the middle of the chest and the sternum, not like a grip like this, or a lot of people will put on like a gable grip here and start like that.
I call this the choke belt.
Yeah, that's not how we start. We start both leg hooks in, we're sitting up, and the guy on defense just you can't go on the inside at all. Just over the top, just like this, however you want to grab, just over the top. You can't start manipulating fingers. So this is the basic starting position. And then the referee, he says, offense ready? You got your offense ready? You got your defense ready? And then you look at the timer, because a timer is important in this, because he has 2 minutes to finish me. 2 minutes. It used to be 5, or it used to be no time limit. But then we cut it down to 5, and now we realize 2 minutes is the best. So he has 2 minutes to finish me. And either he's gonna finish me, I'm gonna escape, or the 2 minutes is gonna run out, and then we start. So if the referee has his knee, the referee's gonna be like this, holding him up. I got a knee, holding him up here, and I'm like this. Offense ready, defense ready, timer ready, set, go. And I jump away, and they're gonna fall back, usually, right? So he has 2 minutes to finish me. Let's say he finishes me in a minute. Let's say he gets me and he finishes me, and I tap. Fight's not over. Now we go into the bottom of the first round. All right? Now it's my turn. I have 1 minute to finish him, or whatever. If it was 53 seconds he got me, or if he got me in 19 seconds, now I have 19 seconds to finish him. If I don't finish him, he wins. If I finish him before that 53 seconds, I win. Real simple. Does that make sense? So now, we don't need, there's 3 rounds maximum, but it's just like extra innings in baseball. Exactly like extra innings. Let's say we're back at the top of the first, and then I escape. I get out, and I fully escape. Boom, I'm gone. I'm out. I escaped in a minute. All right, now it's my turn. All I gotta do is tap him within that 2 minutes. It's the bottom of the first now. So if I score a run, like in baseball, if I tap him out here, boom, no matter what the time is, if it's within 2 minutes, I win, because I escaped. So I have the whole 2 minute round to finish. Or if he escaped, maybe he escaped in 14 seconds. Now we go to the top of the second. We're in the top, we went top of the first, bottom of the first, no submission, just 2 escapes, right? Now it's the top of the second. I escape in 53 seconds. Now it's my turn. But you know what, this one, we're gonna start in Spiderweb, which is the armbar position. I changed my mind. Bottom of the second, I'm switching to Spiderweb, right? So Spiderweb is just a basic arm position where at a right angle here, I'm not leaning, I'm sitting straight up. I could either put one deep hook here, this hand has to be on the mat, not touching anything. It could be anywhere on the mat, or you could put this hook in. This has to be on the mat. Just like this. Your feet are crossed under the shoulder, not like this. Big difference, big difference. And not like this, big difference. It has to be right here. You don't even have to cross your feet, as long as your feet are right here. Some people don't cross their feet. I cross my feet. No way I'm not gonna cross my feet. So it's either here or here. Now we're at the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second. I escaped. So if I tap him in this round, fight's over. We don't need that third round. But if he escaped in a minute, 17 seconds. Now what are we at? We're at the top of the third. Just like extra innings in baseball. In extra innings, if the top of the 12th inning, they scored 2 runs, it's not over. We go to the bottom of the 12th. They got to score 2 to tie or 3 to win, and then it's over. It's just like that. So now we're at the top of the third. So far, 4 escapes. Top of the first, bottom of the first, top of the second, bottom of the second. Now, here, let's say he taps me out in a minute. Took him 1 minute. It's the bottom of the third. I have to tap him out in less than a minute. And there's a timer. There's gonna be a buzzer that goes off in a minute. And if there's no submission, it's over. He wins. It's like people say, when do you stop time? When is an escape complete? If I'm on his back, it's obviously live here. If I lost both these hooks and I'm still on his back, it's still live. This is, as long as my chest is on his back, it's still live. If I transition to the truck here, this is still live as well. I'm battling here, I could twist her, I could calf slice her in here, or I could go back to the back. It's still live. If I transition to Spiderweb here, if I go here, and now I'm in Spiderweb, it's still live. If we start in Spiderweb, we start in Spiderweb here around here, and then I go to the back here, it's still live. Back to Spiderweb, still live. He's still in danger. So the only other position other than the back, Spiderweb, and the truck where it's live is if you end up, let's say I had Spiderweb, or I had the back here. Let's say I have the back here, right here. If he escapes into an arm triangle here, it's still live. He escapes the arm triangle, he escaped. It's over. Mount is an escape. If I'm on his back, and then now I'm in the mount, escape. Got it. All right, but you just got to make sure that the elbows are square. Like if I'm in between the back and the mount, it's all about this elbow. Once you square up, Basically, you keep escaping until the ref stops it. He yells, "Time!" A lot, until you hear that, you keep escaping. Don't like that, I'm escaped. No, you're not, keep escaping. If you're really, truly escaping, you keep escaping. You keep escaping, keep moving until the referee calls time, and the refs should never have the same urgency to stop a fight that an MMA ref would have. Like an MMA ref, he's trying to, safety is the #1 priority. There ain't that much to worry about in Jiu-Jitsu. Arm might pop, he might go to sleep. You should be just relaxed. And just, when the escape is totally clear, then you yell time. The one rule we do have is if you're caught in a triangle, you caught me in a triangle, and I could stand up and my arm is safe, and he's like up here, and I'm standing up in a triangle, we have to stop and we start on our feet again.
I got it.
Because you know, one of the important elements of finishing a triangle is not letting the guy stand up. You know, Rampage and Ricardo Arona, remember that?
Yeah.
We picked him up and slammed him.
Yeah.
We don't want any of that. One of those could cause a lot of problems, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're caught in a triangle and you stand up, but he has an arm bar, that's still live. That's still live. You gotta stand up in a triangle with your arm defended. Then we stop the match and you start standing.
Got it.
That'll ensure that when you put on a triangle, the guy on the bottom, that you're hooking legs and not letting him, automatically not letting him stand up. Because if you're trained right, a dude ain't gonna be able to stand up.
Got it. So second question, if I hit you a submission and you roll out of the mat, how it comes back to the mirror?
During overtime?
Regular time and overtime.
Good question. If you have a submission, any time the match goes out of bounds, the referee is going to try to restart it in the same way. Okay. We're going to drag it back in, try to restart it in the same way. If a guy is deep in a submission and he's rolling out, that's not gonna save him. We're gonna put him right back in that submission. And if there's any controversy, we're gonna lean to the offense. Because a defensive guy gets caught in a leg lock and he rolls out of bounds and they stop it. He rolled out of bounds for safety. When they put him back together, if it's a little bit, if it favors the offensive guy a little bit more, that's okay. So they're gonna know that. If you're going out of bounds to escape a heel hook,
it's gonna come back.
We're gonna come back. It might be deeper.
I got it.
It might be deeper, and don't complain. That's the rule. You're running out. We're gonna try to put it back the way it was, but it might be a little bit deeper, and that's part of the game.
And what about in the overtime? If it runs out, we stop the time?
No, you never stop the time. In OT, a guy's running out. He wants the clock stopped, right?
Yep.
We're gonna start him. We're gonna drag him back in. The clock's gonna keep rolling, and it's on his time. What if we go all 3 rounds? No submission, and there's no submission. That's why we keep track of the ride time and the escape time. So you can call it ride time or you can call it escape time. It's your ride time, my escape time. It's the exact same thing. We call it escape time because I wanted the emphasis to be on escaping. Try to escape. Because if you're just holding on, and overtime where a guy's just holding on like this, he ain't tapping me, I ain't moving. I don't have to move. I'd rather do this than get tapped. So we had to eliminate that, right? So if you go 3 rounds and there's no submission, then the guy who escaped quickest, the overall escape time from round 1, 2, and 3, you put it together, the guy who escaped the quickest, he's gonna win. And championships have been decided by that too.
Yeah, so if I'm escaping and I go out of the mat, the clock is gonna keep going.
Yeah, it's your escape time.
I should run inside the mat.
It's bottom line in OT, it's in your best interest to escape as fast as possible. Because it's not that uncommon that we go all 3 rounds and there's no escapes. That's not uncommon. So your escape time better be, and people are strategizing through the overtimes for that. They're keeping track of their escape time. Yeah. You know, it could be your ride time or my escape time. You know what I mean? So if it took me a minute and a half to escape, you had a minute and a half of ride time. Yeah. So you could, the winner is whoever has the least amount of escape time or whoever has the most ride time. It's the exact same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think the 5 most asked questions was like slam, no. Submissions, if go out of the mat, comes back, helping the offensive part.
Yeah.
Third one, if goes 3 rounds, no submissions,
it goes
whoever escaped the fastest on those 3 rounds.
Yes.
3. Then how we start?
Combine all 3 rounds.
How we start in the positions? Just to review again. So I start
seatbelt, both leg hooks. I could be like this too, and I'm just like this. Boom. No going on the inside. We're just here. The grip is right there in the center of my chest, and we start here.
Got it. And then arm bar starts like this.
One hand on the mat, and then one hook. Or you can do the other side. Or hook this way, like that. And you can put your hand anywhere on the mat. It could be next to my body too. Either way.
Okay.
And your feet should be crossed like right there. Yes. Not right here.
I got it.
You know what I mean?
So your hand is on between my legs.
Yeah, right there. Just like that. Boom. And my defense here, I could either just put a gable grip here, or I could put a figure 4 and hook this leg here.
You got it.
I can come at figure 4 or this.
I got it. And then
just those 2. Because if people get really crazy and start different things, so to avoid any new crazy unorthodox starting positions, you have to choose this one or the figure 4 one here. That's it. You want to do something else, do it after the time starts. Then you can do whatever you want.
Got it. And the referee is only gonna stop when there's like a clear 100% escape.
Clear 100% escape. Yes, keep escaping.
Don't
look at the ref, go, hey, I'm gonna escape. No, you're not, your arm's still, you haven't escaped your arm yet.
And then last thing, if the escaper goes outside of the mat, time is gonna keep running, so it's bad for him.
It's bad for him.
So he should not go.
Bad for him and good for the other guy. If you're counting it as ride time, he's accumulating ride time. So that's good for him. It all depends on how you want to call it. I call it quickest escape time, which freaks a lot of people out. They're like, that is the weirdest thing. This guy won on quickest escape time. I've never heard of that. It's just ride time. It's the other guy's ride time. You've heard of ride time. In wrestling, there's ride time.
Okay.
It's the same thing. But because I chose to call it a escape time and go, it's the same thing, but I chose to call it escape time just to emphasize the escape portion. There's no way, the only time it's okay not to try to escape is if you were at the top of a round and you got a submission. Now there is not gonna, the escape time or ride time doesn't matter, because that fight's gonna end right there. There's no way there's gonna be there's 3 rounds, which means that there's 6 rounds. Top, bottom, 6. All we need is a submission somewhere in there, anywhere, and we're not gonna go to the ride time. The ride time is only in the cases where all 3 rounds have no submissions, right? But as soon as there's a submission, if there's a submission in the bottom of the round, it's over. Just like baseball. It's the bottom of the inning. You went ahead, you gotta run, it's over. The other team doesn't get a chance again. They already had their chance at the top. Okay. So when you win, if you win that coin flip, some guys like even Gary Tonin say, you know what? I'm gonna go on defense first. I want my offense at the bottom of the round. Because with that strategy, once you escape, you already know how much time he held you for. He held you for a minute and then you escaped. So now, what Gary Tonin was doing is like, let's hold him for a minute, match that escape time, and then go for the kill. If I get the kill, it's over. Yeah. If I don't get the kill, at least I match that escape time. And he's not pulling away with escape time. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, the problem though is, here's the pros and cons. If the guy submits you, if you choose defense, and the guy on offense submits you, now that guy doesn't even have to try to escape. All he has to do is survive, and he wins. So there's pros and cons, which way you want to go. You know what I mean? So it's up to you. Most people pick offense first, because if you get that submission in that top of the round, now that the guy at the bottom of the round has a limited time to get a submission, and you don't even have to escape. You just have to survive.
Oh, and
it's up to you.
Last question. So we go over time. I flip the coin. I won. So I pick back attack and offensive. So first round is gonna be back attack.
No, no. Guy on offense can choose whatever he wants.
And I choose back.
You choose whatever you want on offense. I choose whatever I want on
so
offense.
You can choose.
You could choose my back in the top of the first round, and then I'll choose Spiderweb at the bottom of the first round. You get to choose. Here's another thing. If this is another new tweak. If it's clear that someone is dominating in the regulation, he was all over the guy, it's a clear domination, that guy gets the choice. There is no coin flip. There's only a coin flip if they went back and forth and there was a battle and they both had some good exchanges, or maybe nothing happened, then you flip a coin. But if someone clearly dominated, but just couldn't put him away, he gets the choice.
Got it. Yeah.
Question?
Regulation, 2 guys go off the mat, 1 guy's in a single, how do they restart?
Yeah,
they're standing. They're standing.
Yeah.
Any way you go out of bounds, if they're standing in a single, then we generally just start standing again. We don't start in a single. Although you can, there's nothing wrong with that. If they had a single and they go out of bounds, you can come back in the single. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure that's even happened a couple times, but.
And the mounts back, side control, guard, comes back in the same position.
Yeah, you try to drag them back in the same position. Just like they've been doing like they do in IBJJ, they drag them back in. Yeah. You go out of bounds, you freeze. Sometimes if there's a leg lock battle and they're completely off the mats, and they're like on like the cement, we'll just let them go off until there's a time where we can break it. Okay, boom, once someone's safe, okay, freeze, and then we drag them back in. But we'll let them work outside the mats if it's safe. And there's something real crucial going on. There's a deep attack. We'll let them go up. We'll let it go a little bit.
Man, that's awesome. Eddie, thanks so much.